Igor Tudor is the man who's been chosen to save Spurs' season and save us from relegation. But let me tell you guys, I am massively concerned about this appointment. There's quite a few reasons why, which I'm going to get into in a minute. But the main reason is his managerial record. Now, I'm going to put it up on the screen now. And let's take a look at this, because I think this is massive cause for concern. Now, the first thing you notice is that he never stays long at any one club. He's kind of brought in, then kicked out after a few games. Now, I can't profess to have ever seen a team play under Igor Tudor. I might have seen one or two Juventus games in the Champions League unknowingly. So I don't really know what his style of play is. I don't really know what the problem is. But the numbers kind of speak for themselves. So if we go through this now, he was at Udinese for 4 games, bizarrely. Sounds like a bit of a stopgap. Maybe he got the job permanently. Oh, it looks like he got the job permanently a bit later. So from March 2019 to November 2019, he was back at Udinese with a win rate of 38.1%. Now, that's not too bad. This is quite a small club in Italy, down at the lower end of Serie A. Not too concerned about that. But then let's go up the list, and I want to get to Marseille, Lazio and Juventus. So at Marseille, French league, not a great league. Marseille are one of the big hitters there. Obviously, you've got PSG, you've got Lyon, who fell off a bit in recent years, but you've got Marseille. So Marseille could probably be considered the second biggest team in France. 38 games, 22 wins, 7 draws, 9 losses, 57.9 win ratio. Okay, pretty decent, but you can't gauge much from the French league. This is where it gets interesting. So at Lazio, brought in for 9 games. Again, I don't know the circumstances why, but 9 games, 5 wins, 3 draws and a single defeat. Again, not bad, okay? But why only the 9 games? Right, 55.6% win ratio. The one that worries me massively is this one, Juventus. Now, I don't want to sound condescending here because I'm sure you guys know about Juventus, but they are the biggest club in Italy, okay? They've won the most Serie A titles. They're the most famous club in Italy. A lot of people say, oh, no, it's AC Milan because they've won more European trophies, Champions Leagues. And you could argue that, but Juventus have won more Serie A's than Milan by a country mile. I think they've won like 15 or 20 more, something like that. Probably need to get my facts in order, but this is the one that worries me. At Juventus, he was there between March 25 and October 25. So again, not a long time. They obviously weren't overly impressed with him. 17 games, 8 wins, 6 draws and 3 losses with a win rate of 47.1%. Now, for a team like Juventus, that is unacceptable. And clearly, because he got fired after that. Okay? And Juventus, like I say, is the biggest team in Italy. Right? It's one of those clubs. It's a bit like Real Madrid in Spain, Barcelona in Spain, a bit like Chelsea over here, Man City, I hate to say it, Arsenal. If you go on a run at Juventus as Juventus manager of 2, 3 or 4 games without a win, you're out the door, mate. Okay? Now, you've got the biggest budget, you've got the best players, you've got the best facilities, you've got the best stadium. It's like one of those clubs, it's like the Italian super club. They're not as prominent in Europe as they once were because Serie A has generally seen a massive decline. But those numbers are worrying, okay? And this is the guy charged with saving us from relegation, a man with 0 experience in the Premier League as a player or a manager. I don't even know if he can speak English. I assume he can. Eastern Europeans generally have pretty decent English. I hope he can. I hope he can get his message across to the players. He's going to need to win their respect instantly. Like I say, he's never stayed at any one club for too long. He doesn't come with any huge reputation. I've never seen much in the press about him, about how well he's doing or how he's been a revelation here or, this and that. And I just think it's a really, really dangerous appointment considering the position we're in. He's going to have to get to grips with the league very quickly. He's going to have to find out about does he even know about our own squad? Does he even know about our own players? He'll know about the big ones like Romero and maybe like Xavi, but is he going to know about the lesser players, like the Jed Spences, even the Conor Gallaghers, Solanke? Is he going to know about any of those players? He's literally got, I think he starts on Monday by the sound of it. He's literally got 4 days on the training pitch to get in there, assess the players, get to know everyone, win their respect, decide what formation he's going to play. Apparently, he's a 3-4-2-1 manager. Does that add up? 7, 9, 10. Yeah. He which is basically a back five. You know what Thomas Frank was playing: 3 centre halves, wing backs, 2 sitting midfielders, and a striker. Is that right? 5, 3. Sorry. 5 at the back, 3 centre halves, 2 wing backs, 2 sitting midfielders, an attacking midfielder, and a striker. Apparently, that's the system he plays. Again, I've never seen any of the games that he's managed, so I can't really give an opinion on that. But it just seems like a very odd appointment. And considering the position we're in, I think we should have gone for someone that knows the league. You know, I mean, the options are pretty thin on the ground, weren't they? But I still go back to the video I made a few days ago. I still think Harry Redknapp, you know, 12 games left, 13 games left? I think it's 12 games left. Harry Redknapp, get him in. I know he's old. I know he's been out of football for a while, but he'll get in there. He'll have the players' respect. He'll set the team up in a sensible way. He'll tell them to do the simple things well. All we need is 2 or 3 wins and we're safe. But, you know, we've got Arsenal next, obviously. If we get pumped in that game, confidence is already through the floor. And then we roll into the next game with 0 confidence. The players will already be questioning the manager. You know this group of players, I've got no massive love for them. They kind of discard managers at the drop of a hat. You know, you had sort of Van der Ven sort of making barbed comments about Ange, saying, how they kind of respected his charisma and, you know, the way he kind of motivated the team, but they didn't really respect his tactics. Then you've got obviously Thomas Frank, who is a complete disaster. I think the players just weren't buying into it straight away. But, you know, the players can't be blameless here, can they? You know, they're the ones that have got to go out there and do it on the pitch. And ultimately, they sound like a bit of a group of sulkers, if I'm being honest. You know, the guy comes in, he might give a bad training session. They go, this guy's no good. Nah, he's no good. He don't know what he's doing. You know, they don't care, do they? They're still going to get their moves at the end of the season. If we get relegated, they'll be off to other clubs and they'll still be on decent money. The large majority of them anyway. So they don't really care. You know, the manager has to win their respect instantly. I think Harry Redknapp would have been perfect for that. Because obviously the master plan is to get Mr. Pochettino back in the summer, which would be amazing, but he's not going to come back to a championship club, is he? So, oh, fucking hell. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, if you want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe. Hopefully see you on the next one. Come on, you Spurs.